Welcome finally to our wedding! 2 years later than planned, but better late than never.
I was told to keep this brief. So we have just covered my extensive ability to talk, and I think I have the shortest speech here. So you're not always right.
Oh yeah.
But I do love you. First of all, obviously, thank you very much everyone for coming today. It's wonderful to see everyone after a tough few years having to keep apart. Imagine my surprise when Sandi told me the bride doesn't do a speech, but that she was going to do one. Well, I couldn't let her get the only word in, could I? And you all know how much I love to talk. But I'm under strict instructions to keep this brief. I dreamed of this day ever since I was little, but I never thought I'd get my happily ever after. I didn't know someone like me could have a happy ending.
Keep your shit together.
During my journey, I had a lot of help from my family and friends. I have to thank my mother Rachel for loving me unconditionally and worrying so much about me that I know I don't have to. I have to thank Alicia, my bridesmaid, who, as well as helping me find my feet and filling so many missing knowledge gaps as I blossomed in my 20s, has also managed to keep all our secrets of some pretty messy nights out. Thank you. There are too many of you all to list, but you should all know who you are. I never thought I'd meet someone as amazing as Sandi, who'd love me completely for who I am, warts and all. Two fiercely independent people who need our own space, but not that much. Who can achieve anything together, just so long as we don't both work on it at the same time. Who, along with Louis, fit into my life so perfectly. Someone so beautiful and strong that I've watched overcome fierce obstacles with a strength and determination I truly admire and draw from. So to you, Sandi, I'm pleased to be able to call you my wife and look forward to everything this life is yet to bring us together. Oh.
Why is she?
Because it's Rachel and my dad.
I want to say thank you to my beautiful bride. I always knew she'd turn up. She's paid for 2 weddings. But my God, I didn't know she'd look this beautiful. Here you go, cry baby.
By the way, it does actually have Crybaby sewn into it.
I'm pranking her with tissues. At long last, I would ask you to raise a glass to my beautiful Sophie. I love you. I'm not sure if you all know, but Sophie and I met internet dating. We first met for a coffee at Costa Coffee, close to closing time, because as I said to Sophie, we don't like each other, we can just do one. And we don't have to make any excuses, and we can just go home and live our lives.
What do you see?
Oh, that colour's just...
That first date lasted for hours. We were kicked out of Costa, and we stood in the car park talking. And then it started raining, so we got in Sophie's car and kept talking. Well, I say we kept talking. Sophie carried most of the conversation, because as I'm not sure you all know, Sophie's a chatter. Honestly, I'm not sure she's stopped since. Our first date was a lot of Sophie talking. And I honestly think it's set to continue for the rest of our lives. But in her words, in her voice, her thoughts and her actions, I feel her love.
Falling in love is like owning a dog. First of all, it's a big responsibility, so think long and hard before deciding on love. On the other hand, love gives you a sense of security. When you're walking down the street late at night and you have a leash on love, and no one's going to mess with you. Because crooks and muggers think love is unpredictable. Who knows what love could do in its own defence? On cold winter nights, love is warm. It lies between you and lives and breathes and makes funny noises. Love wakes you up all hours of the night with its needs. It needs to be fed so it will grow and stay healthy. Love doesn't like being left alone for long. But come home and love is always happy to see you. It may break a few things accidentally in its passion for life, but you can never be mad at love for long. Is love good all the time? No. Love can be bad, very bad love. Love makes messes. Love leaves you little surprises here and there. Love needs lots of cleaning up after. Sometimes you just need to get love fixed. Sometimes you want to roll up a piece of newspaper and swat love on the nose. Not so much to cause pain, just to let love know, don't ever do that again. Love will bring you back again and again. But most of all, love needs love, lots of it. And in return, love loves you and never stops.
Thank you, friends and family of the brides, for being here with us on this important day. When they met for their first date at Costa Coffee all those years ago, neither expected that they would be here today, promising to share their futures, committing to cherishing and caring for each other, and making promises to look to their future and grow old together. Sandi expected it even less, as Sophie turned down her proposal twice. But here we are today, after Sophie proposed to Sandi on a cold, wet day trip to Sands End. It wasn't helped when the first wedding in March 2020 was cancelled due to COVID-19. But finally, here we are today, and we are all with Sophie and Sandi are finally getting married. Sandi and Sophie have chosen you to witness their love and to celebrate their marriage. They would like me to give you the sincerest and heartfelt thank yous for your ongoing love, friendship, support and guidance. They're hoping that this continues for many, many more years to come. Whilst they are surrounded by loved ones, there are some who could not be here today to share their joy and happiness. They would like to take a moment of silence to remember all the loved ones they wished could have been here today. Sandi, could you please confirm your full name?
Sandra Louise.
Thank you. And Sophie? And are we ready to begin?
Yes, very ready.
You're getting married. You can hold hands if you wish. It's allowed.
I nearly read your name out.
This place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages, and you are gathered here to witness the joining in matrimony of Sandra Louise and Sophie Rebecca. If there is any person here today who knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. Before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn, binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage in this country is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. Now I'm going to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. So please repeat after me, starting with you. I declare that I know.
I declare that I know
Of no legal reason
of no legal reason
why I, Sandra Louise,
why I, Sandra Louise,
may not be joined in marriage
may not be joined in marriage
to Sophie Rebecca.
to Sophie Rebecca.
And now, Sophie. I declare that I know
I declare that I know
of no legal reason
of no legal reason
why I, Sophie Rebecca,
why I, Sophie Rebecca,
may not be joined in marriage
may not be joined in marriage
to Sandra Louise.
to Sandra Louise.
Well, Sandy and Sophie wish to marry, for in each other's company they have found fulfillment and love. And as a consequence of this love, they've drawn closer to each other and now wish to affirm publicly their relationship and to offer each other the security that comes from vows sincerely made and faithfully kept.
Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In the art of marriage, the little things are the big things. Never too old to hold hands. It is remembered to say, I love you at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with a honeymoon. It should continue throughout all the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together and facing the world. It is forming a circle of love that gathers in the whole family and is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is also speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not expecting the one to wear a halo or the other to have wings of an angel. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding and a sense of humour. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. Finding a room for things of the spirit. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is establishing a relationship in which the independence is equal. Dependence is mutual and the obligation is reciprocal. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. It is discovering what marriage can be at its best.
The institution of marriage must be entered into freely, voluntarily, and with the full and unreserved consent of you both. Therefore, do you, Sandy, take Sophie here present to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Sophie, take Sandy here present to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
Well, now the solemn moment has come for Sandy and Sophie to make the contract of their marriage before you, their witnesses. I call upon these persons here present
to
witness that I, Sandra Louise, do take thee, Sophie Rebecca, to be my lawful wedded wife. I promise to love you tenderly. To cherish and respect you. To comfort you with my gentleness. And support you with my strength. I promise to walk with you. In sorrow and joy. Illness and age. Facing life together. Wherever it may take us. I promise to care for you always. And to keep our love and friendship. As it is today. Please share my hopes and dreams. Always. I call upon
these persons here present
To witness that I, Sophie Rebecca,
to witness that I, Sophie Rebecca,
do take thee, Sandra Louise, to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I promise to love you tenderly,
Promise to love you tenderly,
to cherish and respect you,
to cherish and respect you,
to comfort you with my gentleness,
to comfort you with my gentleness,
and support you with my strength.
and support you with my strength.
I promise to walk with you
I promise to walk with you
in sorrow and joy,
in sorrow and joy,
illness and age,
illness and age,
facing life together,
facing life together,
wherever it may take us.
wherever it may take us.
I promise to care for you always,
I promise to care for you always,
and to keep our love and friendship
and to keep our love and friendship
as it is today.
as it is today.
Please share my hopes and dreams
Please share my hopes and dreams
always.
always.
Here's to right now. You're surrounded by your loved ones, and all are wishing you well as you create a brand new chapter in the story that's yours to tell. We talk about the memories that you have yet to make together and the moments you've already shared to be carried with you forever. But take the time to live today as your marriage begins. Look around and soak it up the moment we're in. For this is where the magic starts, where you both say your vows, you pledge to spend your lives as one because of the love that you feel now. So yes, here's to a future that is bright and warm and clear. But more than that, here's to right now and what it means for us all to be here.
We now come to the giving of the wedding rings. This is the traditional and ancient way of sealing the contract you have made, and is the outward sign of the lifelong promises that you have made to each other. So I'd like to invite Ash forward, please. And Ash, if you present the box.
Yay! Job done.
Sandi, if you could remove Sophie's ring, please. That's it. And place it on the third finger of her left hand. Hold it there and repeat these words. Sophie, I give you this ring
Sophie, I give you this ring
as a symbol
of
my endless love for you.
endless love for you.
All that I am
All that I am
and all that I have,
and all that I have,
I bring to you.
I bring to you.
May this ring
May this ring
remind us of this moment
remind us of this moment
and the commitment I have made to you.
and the commitment that I have made to you.
That's lovely. So, Ash, if you'd like to present the box to Sophie, please. That means the third finger of Sophie's hand. I'll find his left hand and repeat these words, please. Sandi, I give you this ring
Sandi, I give you this ring
as a symbol
of
my endless love for you.
endless love for you.
All that I am
All that I am
and all that I have,
and all that I
I
have,
bring to you.
I bring to you.
May this ring
May this ring
remind us of this moment
remind us,
You okay?
yep, remind us of this moment
and the commitment I have made to you.
and the commitment I have made to you.
The purpose of marriage is that you may always love, care for and support each other through all the joys and sorrows of life, and that love may be fulfilled in a relationship of permanent and continuing commitment, and we trust that these things may be true to you both. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you're able, would you please stand?
To you.
Sandi and Sophie, you have both made the declarations prescribed by law, and you have made a solemn binding contract with each other in the presence of your witnesses, family and friends gathered here in your honour this afternoon. It is my privilege and very great pleasure to tell you that you are now legally married. Congratulations!
You've taken Valium.
No. You want your handkerchief back? Sophie's said over the last couple of weeks that she's not sure she shows me how much she loves me. And I want to share with you some examples to show you how wrong she is. She built me a she shed. And even though I said I didn't need it, she insulated it, panelled it, and wants to put electricity to it. Because she knows I just need quiet time sometimes. And I want to be by myself. And she knows she wants me to be warm and safe and cosy. And she's discussed many times how much it's cost. She bought a lazy spa because I've got rheumatoid arthritis. And she knows that the pain and discomfort in my joints sometimes is unbearable. But we get to spend time together in it, laughing, chatting, away from phones, and computers. And she's also discussed many times how expensive it is to run. A, in electricity, and B, in solar energy. She spent many hours scouring the internet, looking for articles and medical journals on how to manage my rheumatoid arthritis, treatments coming through the system that might help me be pain-free and lead a lovely life. And then she spent hours telling me about them all. Because if she thinks if she can arm me to look after myself, will be better. Sophie literally arms herself with knowledge. So she can fight for me, and then tell me all so I can fight for us. So many times she's given me ice packs, taken my temperature, checked my blood pressure, measured my O2 stats, called ambulances when I'm having anaphylactic shock because I've taken aspirin, and then driven calmly to the hospital and held my hand and talked to me and made me laugh. When I've needed her, she's literally walked away from work to hold me while I cry, comfort me while I mourn, and help me mourn all my loved ones that I've lost. She talks about all our hopes and dreams for the future, how we're going to achieve it, and how much it's going to cost. So I think you can see, and have probably experienced, Sophie talks a lot. Sometimes it's amazing listening to her predict what's going to happen in an F1 race. Seriously, have you sat with this girl and listened to an F1 race? It's amazing. Sometimes she talks about a problem and its solutions. Sometimes she talks about our future, our plans, our hopes and our dreams. She often talks about cars. Which one she wants next. And I'm looking at you because she always tells you as well why she wants it and why it's better than the one we've got at the moment. And this is like a year in advance of even making a move on a car. Sometimes the talking is a lesson. Sometimes it's calming and sends me to sleep. She's not boring. So very often it's like watching a ping pong match. Talking between one subject and another, and another, and another, and back to the first. Sometimes it's irritating. I do like the quiets, and I don't find the need to talk very often. But when we're apart, whether it's for a couple of hours, a day, or a week, I find myself missing my most favourite thing, Sophie and her voice. I'll call her for a chat and a catch-up, even if it's whilst I'm driving home from work, which is only 20 minutes away. I know you love me, and in return I'll try to keep listening, except in the she shed. That's now designated a no talkie-talkie zone. I love you.
So I will be keeping this very brief. Firstly, because I find public speaking very scary. Mind you, not half as scary as standing on a windswept... Oh God, I'm going to... I'm going to read this, right. Speaking, mind you, not nearly as scary as standing on a wet and windy airfield watching Sophie raising money for cancer research by attempting to break the land speed record. Sophie has always been... She's always risen to challenges. She's a problem solver, practical, focused, well organised, and someone that will always be there in times of need. Whether it was her love of speed, flying, cars, ballet, and her main love, of course, Sandi. She has and will, I'm sure, give it her all. I'm proud of her. It's such a joy to see the overflowing happiness of Sophie and Sandi today. Especially as I think it fair to say at times throughout their individual lives, the paths they have had to tread have been particularly hard. I am so grateful their paths eventually crossed, as I am sure without Sandi's love and support, we would not be seeing Sophie sitting here radiating such happiness and beauty. I would like to hope the reverse is also true. Sandi is looking so beautiful and positively growing. While speaking of Sandi, I'd like to take this opportunity to give her my heartfelt thanks and gratitude for the love she has given my daughter.
Officially, you're supposed to give fathering advice. However, like I said earlier, they're not actually just leaving home and all the family things. So it's normally, when you get to my age, it's probably going to start happening the other way around. But the one thing I should say is that there are various features that make a marriage. And the one thing I could say that whether it's the love or the friendship, the companionship and all those other features, the one thing that sort of bonds all those together is happiness. Because without happiness, things just fall apart. I'm reminded of a song that Bill Anderson wrote. Bill Anderson was an American songwriter that wrote the words of a song called Happiness. And Ken Dodd had a major #1 hit with it. And obviously some of the things is happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. Equally, 100 years nearly ago, the poem or recital of Desiderata was made by some German person. I can't even pronounce his name, but a lot of what was said in that poem was very poignant to today and was a fairly good indication of perhaps how you should think about and live your life. The last final bits of this was be cheerful, strive to be happy, and that's the best advice I hopefully can give you on this day.
Let's play this out like it's forever, ever, ever, yeah. You and me together, yeah. There ain't nothing better, yeah. Let's hold this like it's now or never, ever, ever, yeah. You and me are tethered like forever, ever, ever, yeah. I can see you with my eyes closed. I can feel you near. In the next room over, when you're not here. My fire when it gets cold. Atmosphere burning up when you come close. I hope you never disappear. I'll be in it till stars go quitting, and even then I'm with you. When things go dark, I'll be where you are. We can make it if you want to. Let's play this out like it's forever, ever, ever, yeah. You and me together, yeah. There ain't nothing better, yeah. Let's hold this like it's now or never, ever, ever, yeah. You and me are tethered like forever, ever, disappear. I